Well, I'm back, and I hope you can forgive me for the rough camera work here. This is just a camera on a music stand in a garage. Maupin Madness Poker Run Proposal, I guess you could say part 3. Distances. It is measured out. I do know where the gas is. I do know where the food is. Do know where the lodging is. The businesses have already agreed to this. But they do know that this is tentative. And it will depend on, of course, the chamber deciding to do this. And I would suggest to you that I believe it could be very profitable for all the businesses involved, and it would bring a whole lot of people to visit. And when they visit, and you ride 300 miles in a day, you're not going home unless you live close by. So that means you need food also. Distance from, let's see, I need my pointer here. Distance from Maupin to Fossil, we already know that. That's 77 miles. That is part of our existing run. From here to here, 77 miles. Distance from Fossil to Spray is 32 miles. From Spray to Dayville, 38 miles, which is down here. Dayville to Mitchell, 38 miles. Mitchell back up to Fossil. It's only 44 miles. Surprised me, I thought it was more than that. Fossil to Maupin, 77 miles. 306 miles, approximately 406 minutes. 6 hours and 46 minutes. If we kick people out and we tell them you need to be on the road at 9 o'clock in the morning, they could theoretically be in by 4. But most people are going to want to stop and eat something. There's going to be a pit stop or 3 for gas, depending on their bikes and the size of their tanks. I would say give them till 6 o'clock. So there's that. The businesses that have agreed to take part in this: Mitchell, Oregon, Tigertown Brew Pump, Veteran Co-owned. They're very interested. I do need to get back to them because they have a calendar that fills up fast. They're holding the date. Dayville, South Fork Gas Mini Mart. Natural place to stop and get gas. It's not the only place, but they've got food there also. It's typical for bikers to pull in. There's a cafe. There's other places in Dayville and Mitchell that can be used. There's some backup ideas, but these people have already agreed and are very interested. And Kimberly is just a 3-way intersection with a pit stop store and a gas station. They're very nice. Also, veteran ownership. I believe the husband, I don't know what branch of the service he is, but I believe the husband of the lady who is running the store is a veteran. They're very interested. Of course, Crossed Rifles, we heard some rumors of them shutting down. Those proved to be false. The day that I came through Fossil, I made sure I stopped and checked, and they're not going anywhere. They're doing very well. They are veteran owned also. We could use the existing stops of Antelope and Fossil. All we need to do is add these 3. This can be done. It's set to be done. It would be profitable for everyone involved. I think it would bring a lot of people to this run and bring them back again and again and again. If they've already done the classic run, which I think we should keep it and just call it the classic run. The extended run, we might call it the Mitchell Madness. Because some people, we could play this up. It's 300 miles. Are you ready for that challenge? It's 400 and something, 500 turns. Are you ready for the challenge? We can bring a lot of people in and we can keep them. Because if you change on a motorcycle, when you're on turns and stuff like this, if you change the direction, it seems like a completely different ride. And sometimes the scenery is different. When you come through some of these areas, you'd ride completely past stuff that you don't even see unless you're coming the opposite direction. So I would suggest that. Kick it around. I urge you to adopt it. I will be waiting to hear. Hopefully these videos work. I'm going to put them on YouTube and try to also email them, but that usually doesn't work. Some other ideas besides the advertising on the back of the t-shirts. This is a poker run that I've worked with over here in the past. The Emilio poker run. This used to be an 8.5 by 11. Now they make them smaller. They also make them larger. But all these businesses are supporting this. Now, the businesses that pay a little more, they get their logo on the back of the shirt. But we've got Home Depot on here. Les Schwab. Route 30, it's a bar over in the Dells. And they actually let you ride a motorcycle through there. There's Stereo King. There's all kinds. Now, this one here is to promote youth mental health awareness after a high school shooting at Reynolds High School a few years back. So there's some businesses that wouldn't normally jump in on this. But I think we can bring some businesses in ourselves. I would like to see the Boeing riders and the Intel riders get involved. It's hard to get inside. It's a very private thing. They seem to lock their schedule in early, and then they don't seem to want to make room for us in the past. I'm still waiting to crack through there. I want Boeing as a sponsor. I want Intel. I want one or the other this year. I want to know that this is going to go forward. And I want to find a way to bring them on board. I would love to see their name on the back of a shirt. I kind of don't want to see it be called the Boeing Maupin Madness. I love the idea of just keeping it the classic Maupin Madness poker run and bike show. I love it being the classic Maupin run. And maybe being the Mitchell Madness loop. Or something like that. Something with a good ring to it. I think Mitchell Madness sounds good alongside Maupin Madness, the classic run. We could say, you could choose to say, this is the improved Maupin Madness poker run, which would be good. People are looking for something more, but please don't change it to the new Maupin Madness. I don't want them to think that this is disassociated with the old run. There's something wonderful in the motorcycle world about this not being a new thing. This is an old thing, and it's a good thing, and it's worth coming back to. And Maupin is worth coming back to. Cross Rifles and Fossil is worth coming back to. Central Oregon is worth coming back to. The towns are great, the people are great, and the ride's great. It's a great ride for a great cause. I've been telling people that for about 6 or 7 years now. And I just can't find any better way of putting it. It's a great ride for a great cause. But really, we know it has two causes. It's not just about helping veterans. It's also about helping all those businesses and all those families in Central Oregon. So I respectfully ask you to consider the improved Maupin Madness Poker Run and Bike Show, the Mitchell Run, Mitchell Loop, or whatever you choose to call it. I hope you get these videos, and I hope to hear from you. Thanks for your time. Bye.